It's the most
wonderful time of the year.
with the kids jingle belling and everyone telling you be a good cheer. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It is the most wonderful. Oh, geez, sorry. Oh, sorry. Welcome, everyone.
Merry Wine Lives too for the Christmas
too.
special. Oh.
We're very, very, very excited today. We are here. We're changing things up today. Well, I did. I came to my living room.
Yes. And she lives in the North Pole. If any of you guys didn't know that when Christmas holidays come, Paulette moves and she moves to the North Pole because she basically lives in Santa's house.
It's fun times.
Maybe we'll have a tour of her house one of these days.
Yeah. Oh, yes, totally. I wanted to show everyone my shirt before we start.
Yes.
So I got gifted this really cool sweater, and you can actually put your wine bottle in it. So tonight,
you just need a straw.
I know, right? Oh, that's genius. I never even thought of that. So tonight I am drinking the sangria. I decided to switch it up a little bit.
Ooh.
So I don't know if anybody has ever tried this before, but it is freaking-licious. They have two kinds. They have a red and a white, and this one is the red. It's called Lolea. It's so good. You pour a little bit of this in your glass, and then you add some like ginger ale or Sprite or something to it. So good.
Like made with red wine, like a red wine sangria.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Oh, see, I need me some of that.
Yeah, and I'm not a red wine fan. You know that. And this stuff is so good.
Oh my, I'm excited for that. All right, so my little get up here, as you can see, is I am an elf.
Love it.
Excited because we are talking about kindness and acts of kindness and the things we can do this time of year that lift other people up, because sometimes it's not the happiest time for other people. And so I dressed as an elf because elves help Santa just make everything better. So we have a very special guest who is like absolutely rocking the kindness aspect of things. Probably one of the biggest hearts out there. She volunteers. She does so much in the community. And she is doing a contest right now. We work with her online, and she is doing a kindness challenge, and we're super, super excited. So without further ado, we will bring out Miss Carly Eldred.
I feel like
too fast. I was just gonna say, I feel like I need more of a get up. Right when Paulette was showing her Christmas sweater, I was like, gosh dang it, I should have worn my sweater. I was really tempted to run and go get it, but I didn't want to like you bring me on the show and then Carly's not here. So
welcome, Carly Eldred.
It would have been like a slide in, like woo.
It is pretty cute, so I might have to rock it another time.
There you go. So, Carly, tell us a little bit, just to give everyone an idea, a little bit about yourself and sort of what sort of sparks all of like, you are so involved in our community and just in so much stuff and just giving back to everyone. So what sort of sparked all that?
Yeah, well, so I'm a social worker by trade, and so giving and helping people is always, it's like, I feel like it's just in my blood. Since I was a little kid, I was always trying to be like the little counselor on the block and helping people out. And so I just feel like, yeah, it's important to give. And when you give, you also receive. So for me, I'm a mom. I've got two little boys. I've got a 2.5-year-old who's very busy and very excited for Santa. If you guys have an idea for Elf on the Shelf tonight, I don't have one. So either of you ladies have an idea, let me know, because I got to move that a little quicker. So he's actually at the hockey game tonight, which is fun for him. And I also
the elf or your son?
Yeah. Well, the elf is dressed in a little hockey uniform, and he had a little puck and a stick this morning and said, "Let's go to the hockey game." But actually, the elf is here. But yeah, Lucas is at the hockey game. And then I've got a 6-month-old. So yeah, busy at home. But like, I just love Christmas, and I feel like it's just going to get more and more fun with the kids. And I really want to teach them to give and what the real meaning of Christmas is, right? And so we've got lots of fun little plans that we want to do with the kids to help teach them, you know, those kinds of things. And so what sparked the idea for this Christmas challenge is last year I participated in one with our larger community that we work with online. And it was 12 days of Christmas kindness. And so we all had to do 12 different acts and record them or post afterwards. And then at the end, they were actually giving away some amazing prizes. Like I think there was like a camera and like a trip. Like there was a whole bunch of really cool stuff. So quite a few people participated, but I did see that it kind of dropped off a little bit. They weren't as committed as I would have hoped. I did all 12, and it was so incredible. I got so much out of it, way more than I gave. Like it just filled my cup so much. And I think we're going to talk about some of the ideas later, so I won't give them away, but it was really, really cool. And so for this year, I'm like, I was like just driving one day and I was like, oh, I should do that. But I didn't want to do 12 because I wanted more people to participate. And so I thought, okay, well, what I'll do is I'll do 3 acts of kindness. Can I go into this already?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I didn't want to screw anything up. So
no
okay, perfect. So yeah, I wanted to do 3 acts of kindness, and then if anyone did more than that, if someone did like 12, that would be amazing. So every extra act of kindness, you get your name entered into a drawing. So I've got 3 different prizes, and I'm just, super pumped about it. We've already got a couple submissions, but we still have plenty of time. So anyone watching tonight, if you guys want to participate, just 3 acts of kindness. Like you should be doing acts of kindness anyways, not for prizes, but yes, you do get prizes. So might as well more incentive to do it, right? And anyone that is watching, if you hashtag Wine Lives, you'll get an extra entry. Even if you only do 3, you'll get an extra entry, which is cool. So basically how to enter is you can go check out my page, Carly Eldred Empowered Living, and I've got some information on there on how to enter. But basically what you're going to do is you can film it in the moment, or you can film your like how you felt afterwards, what it made you feel. You can post pictures or whatever, and then you're able to hashtag. Now I screwed this up on my go live because then I boosted it as an ad, and then you can't change it. So the official hashtag is Empowered Christmas Challenge. Okay. And so hashtag that. And if you want to go the extra step to make sure 100% that I see it, you can tag me in the comments, Carly Eldred, or my page, whatever is easier. And you can either post it on your own page, your personal page, your business page. If you've got one, you can post it on my business page. You can do whatever you want. I just need to make sure that I see it so that I can enter you into the draw. But you have to do at least 3 in order to get entered. And we've got a $50 Amazon card, $25 Kiva card, which I'll go into in a second. And then we also have a t-shirt from a buddy of mine who launched a really cool inspirational t-shirt business. And so I wanted to support him. He's another small business. And so they'll be getting that. And so the Kiva is really cool. Have you guys heard of Kiva?
No. Well, yes, I have actually. Sorry. Yes,
I have. Yes.
It's amazing.
From you though. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that's why. Yeah. So Kiva is super cool. Like so the $25 gift card that I'll give to whoever, they'll be then able to put that $25 towards a business owner that is wanting to, like, say they needed, and most of the time they're overseas and stuff, like 3rd world countries. So they only need like $1,000 to buy a goat so they can like sell the milk, and like that's their business. And so your $25 goes towards their total loan. And then once they are up and running, they start paying the loan back. So then when you get your $25 back, you can loan it out again, and you just keep doing it. And you're supporting these people that otherwise wouldn't be able to maybe get a loan. And I always support like women in 3rd world countries, but you can support any different organizations, and you can even help people go to school. They've really developed the whole Kiva organization, but it's amazing. So
how do you spell it? How do you spell it?
Kiva, Kiva.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think that's so great. Like that's such a different idea. I remember when you first started talking about it, and I was like, "Oh wow, I didn't even know that existed."
I know, like what an amazing organization, and like they don't like take a bunch of money either. Like it's ridiculous. I don't know how.
I think it's so cool that they have to like pay it back.
Yeah,
it's like a loan. Like I think that's the coolest part about it, especially if they don't have like banks like we have and like everything in other countries, and just people aren't able to even get like a down payment to even get a loan or anything. I think that's amazing.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Like the stuff that I've literally loaned, I've helped people pay for beans and for goats and for clothes and like weird stuff. But then they use that to sell. Like that's how they make a living over there. And if I can provide someone a goat, like that's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
And it's cheers to Kiva and to that. That is so cool.
Cheers to that.
My water.
Delish.
I'm not pregnant, by the way.
There's a party.
I also really love that you brought up. Okay, so that sangria thingy.
Yeah.
It's just a wine that you like to use in sangria, or like it has a bit of like extra stuff in it.
Yeah, no,
it's a red sangria.
It's called red sparkling sangria.
Oh, okay, I love sangria. I don't like wine, but I love sangria. But then you gotta make the shit. You gotta put it all together. But if it's all in one bottle,
no, it's already pre-made.
Oh.
So they have, this is the red one. I don't know. Can you see the label?
Lolia.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's also a white one.
Ooh.
And both of them are delicious. You cut it with a little bit of ginger ale or Sprite or something like that, and it's so delicious.
Okay, I'm doing it. I always feel so ghetto when I show up with like a bottle of vodka because that's all I really like to drink. I'm like, here at a party.
Pop up.
You have my wine.
I love it. Okay, let's so you were mentioning about the whole it being like it fills your cup, right? Be doing all of these acts of kindness. And I was telling someone the other day, I don't know about you guys, but it makes me feel like it's almost like a selfish good deed, right?
Oh, totally.
I know, but I just love it. Like, so, and I want to be able to instill this in my kids at an early age. So for the last couple of years, we've been really trying to involve them in the giving aspect, especially around the holidays, because not everyone is as lucky as we are. And so, well, for an example, for us, we have a girl here in town that is doing she's calling it Stocking for Seniors. So basically what she's organized is that you can fill up a stocking for a senior that's, say, like we have a couple of lodges here in town, like old folks homes. And yeah, you can fill up a stocking for a senior so that, because not everybody over there has family, right? Like it's sad sometimes, like not everyone's got a big family, or they're not going to go for Christmas dinner somewhere. So anyways, this lady started to organize this, and I wanted to have my kids involved in that. And when I found out this lady, she's created this giant ripple effect. And so there's so many people in our town now that have all come together and are like filling up stockings for these seniors. So I took my kids this weekend and I gave them each a stocking, and they both had the job of filling up. So Grayson got to pick out a stocking for an older gentleman, and Montana got to pick out a stocking, like stuff to put in the stocking for an older lady, and they loved it. Like it made them feel so good, and I just thought it was so cool.
Oh, that's so great. I always do the Operation Christmas Child, and this year I did it, and Lucas thought the stuff was for him, and I was like trying to explain, like, no, like we're gonna send this to a little girl that doesn't have she doesn't get any toys for Christmas, and he was kind of like, what? Like, what are you doing? And he was like, okay.
I feel like they're at like that age that's like, it's like an awkward, like they don't really get it. Mm-hmm. They get like the sharing aspect of things, but they're just like, they don't really understand the whole, like, I'm not gonna lie, like Caleb found all his Christmas presents this morning. That was fun.
Shit.
Tell that.
But Oh yeah, that's a real good story. It's been a real good couple days over here. But I heard like squealing from the bedroom, like the spare bedroom, like squealing of joy, like just like utter excitement. Paw Patrol books, like everything was in a bag because I was showing Kent on FaceTime last night what I got Caleb, and I left it out, and so he came into the office. But he just I just gathered it up and I said, "Oh, that's not for you, honey," and I just put it away and he just walked away. Like they're just I just feel like their like attention span is just like gone. Like in 2 weeks it'll be new again.
Yeah. At least you know he'll love it. So it was like kind of like a trial, like, is he gonna like these gifts?
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, at least I know he's excited about the stickers.
Yeah. I know that's the best. At this age you can get all their toys just from the dollar store.
Seriously.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. But yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut off there. That was just like,
No.
I feel like sometimes like they're still learning at that little age. Like they're still learning it and they're seeing it, but I don't like sometimes they're not really understanding at the time, right? Like it's hard. Yeah. At least mine. His attention span is like 5 seconds.
Your little guys are they're still little, right? So
yeah.
But even though like they're gonna see you do it, right? And
exactly. Totally. Like I'm waiting right now because he's had meltdowns in Walmart the last couple times I've been there that we're going to go and grab one of the ages off the tree and we're going to buy their little girl or little boy a Christmas present because they have the tree at Walmart with all the ages the angel tree or whatever it is. So we're going to do that together and I want him to come with me and we can go pick a toy or something for a little kid, something that maybe if I can find a kid around his age or something that would love something because then he can pick it. But meltdown central every time we go to leave, so we're still waiting.
That's so funny.
I think that's a great idea, by the way. We don't have that here.
Oh, yeah, it's super cool.
Yeah, it's in most of our stores around town, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
The trees with the different ages of children, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Now you're super delayed today, Bex.
Oh.
So funny. You'd be like quiet and her lips are like, dee, dee, dee.
Yeah. It's like an old, what do they say? Those like old Japanese movies when they're
like come here right now.
Should I leave and come back?
Do it. Just.
I will. I'll be right back, guys.
Oh man. Yeah, and you know what's cool is we actually, one of the things that we want to do, we've got a couple things planned, but one of the things is we want to get Lucas to find a couple of his presents and to donate. And we want to do this every year so that he has to get rid of some toys. So one, it's decluttering, but two, then he can learn about donating and other kids can, use his toys. And that's how Santa knows to bring you more toys, is that you've got rid of some of your toys. You've donated your toys to someone else. That's one thing that we want to do. So yeah.
That's a great idea.
I love it. Maybe I shouldn't have cleared out his playroom without him here. I sent him to daycare and I got rid of so much stuff.
I constantly move stuff downstairs and then recycle toys. He has no idea. He has his main his Ocky Puck and has balls and that kind of thing and his one little truck and everything else he doesn't play with. He could literally have 3 toys, but he has to have all the toys.
Yeah. Oh, I gave our Bumbo away the other day, and the lady came to pick it up at my front door, and Caleb had a complete meltdown. I want that. That's mine. I'm like, you can't. You don't. Your butt doesn't even fit in it. You don't fit.
Doesn't matter. Let's do another quick cheers to the giving spirit.
Woo!
Cheers, everybody.
Am I still a bad Chinese show or Japanese?
No, I think you're doing
good. Just pixely now.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are
now.
It's not on our side, I tell you. So Carly, what kind of give us a couple of ideas of what you did last year, just to kind of inspire people, to give them some ideas.
So one that I always love to do, and it's fun. Once you start doing this, you'll find that you just want to do it regularly. I do these kinds of things just because it's so fun, and you get so much out of it, and to see their reactions, it's just great. So one thing that I always love to do is, pay for the order behind me. If I'm, in the line, if I'm going through in the morning or whatever, I'll pay for I'll be like, oh, can I get their tab? And they usually have it already rang up, so you know. Or you can say, if it's like, you know, really expensive, you can be like, well, I'm going to put $5 onto their tab or something like that. Like if you don't want to pay the whole amount or something. So that's an easy one to do. Of course, like donating to the food bank or local women's shelter or homeless shelter, whatever, those things are super easy. Going through your clothes, getting rid of jackets, those types of things. There's lots of different ways that you can, you know, give during this time. And this time of year is really joyous for a lot of us. Like obviously us gals with our very festive hats and, you know, whatnot. But a lot of people hate Christmas. They hate the family time because they don't have a family anymore, or they fight with their family, or they don't have enough money to provide, you know, gifts for their kids or whatever. Like it's very, very stressful for a lot of families. And so to be able to brighten people's lives is so amazing. Like we donated a turkey to a woman that wouldn't otherwise have kind of taken advantage of the programs like the food bank and the Salvation Army. Like those are for more really low income, but this is for like a middle income woman that had like, I think she had like 5 children. So like it's obviously hard for her to provide for her family, and she was like so appreciative of this friggin' turkey. And I like bawled when I got into the car and I was making my video. I was like, oh my god, because it was so amazing to know like you made their Christmas like that much more special. Like, so there's just so many things. You don't need to buy a turkey for people, but if you want to, you know, donate anything you can, like that kind of thing is so helpful. And it doesn't even have to be that you pay money. Like it could be things you already have that you're going to be able to give to people, you know, an old jacket that you don't have. Like when I was a social worker, I was able to work with a lot of people that I could identify what they needed. So I would like literally bring them stuff that I had at home. I'm like, oh, like Erin doesn't use this old work jacket, like a huge like Carhartt warm winter jacket. It has like the fluorescent X's on it, and I still see the guy walking around town in this friggin' jacket, but it's so warm. He just sort of stands out like a sore thumb, but it's pretty funny. Like he was like so appreciative of that jacket, right? And you can, you know, give it to a Salvation Army or to a women's shelter, and they can find the appropriate person. I was able to actually find the people. But also, if you live in an area that are easily identifying people that are homeless, you know, go and buy a whole bunch of breakfast sandwiches and some coffee or Timbits, whatever, and like go down there and give them to them. And like in Cranbrook, it's a little bit harder. They're not as identified, but there's like 70 of them, even in our small town. They just are kind of hidden. They're not like, there's not like a street where they all hang out. So little things like that, but also some other fun ones that I did. Like one time I actually bought a bunch of hot chocolate and donuts, and I took them down to my the fast gas here in town, because it's a full serve that they pump your gas. And so I loved that they did that. And so I just brought it down to them, and they didn't quite understand why I was doing. Like they were like, what? And I was like trying to explain to them. They're like, okay. But then the buggers, they turned to freaking self-serve, so they're not getting donuts this year, that's for sure. I was like, what? Come on, I would have given you way more. I would have given you cakes if you would have continued. I hate pumping my own gas. It's freaking cold. So yeah, there's so many different fun things that you can do.
I remember last year, didn't you walk down the street? Our main street is a paid parking, and didn't you put money in people's
Yeah, that's another one. That one was a fun one. So I just went in, like, you know, you get freaking parking tickets, and it's such a pain in the butt, and it's a matter of minutes sometimes. So I just went in with some change and like filled their meters. And also another fun one that I did, and this one was fun because it could be for anyone. You know, I don't need a handout by any means, or hand up, I like to say. But if I were to be given a gift from someone, I'd be like, this is so awesome. So what I did, I can't even remember what the gift was. I can't remember what it was. Oh, I think it was like chocolates and like a gift card. I can't remember. It was like, I remember the chocolates for sure. And I put this in a little bag, and I put a little Christmas card, like Merry Christmas. And I left it on the ATMs at my bank, at my bank out front. There's 2 ATMs. So and it was really weird. I was like in the bank because I wanted to see people's reactions. And the first couple of people never took them. And I don't even think they saw them. It was so weird.
They probably thought they were on like hidden camera or something.
Yeah, no, like the one person definitely did not even see, even though it was like I put it below the pin pad, so like they could still type. It was just so bizarre. I'm like, what are you doing? There's like a kid. And it just said like, I hope you have a Merry Christmas or something. They probably thought maybe someone forgot it. So I actually ended up having to leave. And, but I told the cashier, I was like, oh my God, like, so I just did this thing because I wanted them to see. And so if anyone came in like, oh, someone forgot this, that they could tell them, oh no, that's for you, right?
Yeah.
And so I never got to see the reactions, unfortunately, on that one. But that one, if I saw that, I'd be like, what? Like, this is so cool. So, yeah.
So last year we took the kids, and on Christmas Eve, because we always do like a big Christmas Eve thing at my mom and dad's house. But before we went there, we went to Tim Hortons and we got 3 big boxes of coffee and 3 big boxes of donuts, and we went to the hospital. And the kids dropped it off at all of the, like, we went to emergency, and then we have like 2 admission desks. And so we brought them coffee and donuts because, and the kids said, thank you very much for spending your day here and not with your families. Like, we appreciate that. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, right. You want to tear up. That's so sweet.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just little
Great
things like
feels,
that.
It's amazing how many people do come to the hospital. I worked last Christmas. I worked on the 25th last Christmas, and it's amazing how many people show up with like little goodies and just like come up to your floor and say thank you, and like it just makes you feel just that much better for being there instead of being at home with your family.
Yeah, totally.
It's so good. That's amazing. I love that.
Yeah. So it doesn't have to be like, it can be anything, really. Mm-hmm. You just gotta get creative. And Absolutely. if you see something and it kind of pulls at your heart and you're like, wow, I could do something for somebody. I could do the tiniest thing to make somebody's day a little bit easier or brighter. It doesn't have to cost you money. It can just be a good deed. Like, go shovel your neighbor's driveway.
I was just gonna say that. That was one of the things that I did, and like, she was so appreciative of it.
Yeah.
Like, I have the most incredible neighbors. They live across the street, and it just started to snow, like, I don't know, this afternoon. So there was like maybe not even a centimeter on the ground. And one of the guys from the cul-de-sac is ripping up and down the sidewalks, doing with his side-by-side, doing all the sidewalks. And his dad always comes across the street, and then like snow blows where the snowplow piles the snow in front of our driveway, like all last year, like just like, it's like amazing. It's like, I'm not even awake by the time they're done in the mornings to be like, I'm going to shovel their driveway this morning. Like, you just don't even get the opportunity. Like, but it's just like the most amazing thing to like wake up to, and you're like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe they do it constantly, like all the time.
We have neighbors. We live in the country, and we have neighbors down the road from us. Shout out to Renee and Mireille Beaupré. They are the most amazing people, and they will come do our driveway with their skid steer, because we don't have one. And so when it snows, like, sometimes we get stuck in our own driveway. But they come every single time. And the minute we see those little lights coming down the driveway, we all like pile in front of the window and be like, oh, thank you. Like, and it makes, like, it takes him like 5-10 minutes to do it, but that is like the world to us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just,
it fills both people's cups, because they feel good knowing that it's helping.
Yeah.
That's what's so cool about all of this. Like, and like, and there's like, honestly, no excuse to not giving back, because like the other day I was ripping through Save On Foods, and I was just like, they had a whole shelving unit of prepackaged things that says for your local Salvation Army for $5. And I was literally like ripping by, and I just scooped one up and I threw it in, and I was like, where do I put this? And I was checking out, but like, what is $5? Well, I looked in that, and it was like, it would feed like a whole family. There was soups and crackers and all sorts of goodies in it, like canned stuff. And I was like, $5, like, that's cheap. Like, it doesn't matter what you spend or how much, but like, really, $5 is.
Yeah, I bought one of those the other day too, and I was like, what a genius idea. It takes the creative burden out of someone else having to go and find a bunch of food that they think a family would have. Like, it's just right there.
And
Totally.
even the people that didn't even think about donating
Yeah.
see it, and it says for your local, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna grab one of those because I didn't even think about donating to this spot. Or like we've done the Salvation Army lots, Kent and I. Not last Christmas, but the Christmas before, we bought a whole Christmas dinner. So I went and picked up a list and filled up an entire tote, and I did the whole grocery shop, and we took, like, it was the turkey, it was everything, all the fixings for an entire dinner, and we donated that. And like, that was just like, it felt so good to be like, I can't imagine not having a dinner.
Yeah. And that's
right?
a reality.
It was just so cool.
Yeah, that's a reality for a lot of people, and a lot of times we forget that, right? So it's really important to remember that, you know, if you're in a position to be able to do something for someone else, especially at a time like this, I think it's such a great opportunity.
Yeah.
I have a really fun one. So one of my girlfriends, Leanne, she is the coolest. And what her and her husband and her little guy do every Christmas morning, so they do two things. One of the things they do is that they go to the lodge and they hand out candy canes to all the seniors that are there. And they have they make Christmas cards and they hand out a candy cane and they say, like, they go to say Merry Christmas to all these people on Christmas Day. And like I said before, like, for some people that are in the lodge that won't necessarily be leaving the lodge for Christmas dinner with their families or something like that, that simple act of kindness could change, like, the whole day for them. I just think that's really cool. But another really cool thing that they do is that they will do little random acts of kindness. So they will go and they'll take like little gift cards and they will leave them on running vehicles. So vehicles that are running, they'll stick them in their windshield wiper and run. So it's like Nicky Nicky Nine Door, but in windshield wipers.
Wow.
I just think that's
so like people are in the vehicle?
No, so they've left their vehicle to go into the store for something or into the gas station, and they'll just stalk people and go put stuff on their thing. I just think it's so funny because it's like a game, right? But it's like such a great giving game. I just thought it was so funny, and I'm like, that would be so much fun. What a great game to play, and they're like, you're doing it with your kids, and they think it's hilarious and fun because you're doing something good and it's fun at the same time.
It's kind of like badass too. You think you're like doing something like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this, but it's like, you know, in the spirit.
Instead of actually playing Nicky Nicky Nine Door and making someone mad, you're doing something that's gonna make someone happy.
Totally.
Can you imagine if the guy came running out, hey, what are you doing? And then being like, oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I think sometimes some people will be like worried that it's like a ticket or something. Like, what the hell is this? And then they look and they're like, oh.
Even like a sweet note, I think, is really cute. Like, even that is a random act of kindness. Like, if you hand wrote a little note for someone and gave it to them and like left it for them and didn't even put your name on it or anything, like, thank you so much for the service that you do. Maybe it's some sort of thing or whatever, or your favorite cashier, you just slide it up or whatever when they're not looking. I don't know how you do that. But anyways, like, there'd be different ways if you could figure it out. Like, even just opening a special little note, a Christmas card, like, that's an act of kindness. That is so genuine, and it really means a lot to people. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's so cool.
There's one more thing. So what we are planning to do before Christmas, this is like our big act of kindness, and it's something that I normally would never have been able to afford. And I say that in I guess we always could, but when you are feeling more financially stable, you want to, like, one of my big goals is to be able to give and support organizations and people and whatnot. And so it's amazing that we can actually afford a lot more than we think we can give, even when we don't have a lot. But I'm in a financial position now that I'm like, I really, really want to do more and give more with the money that I've been able to so graciously receive. And I'm just so fortunate and thankful for it. And I am really excited. So my husband and I, we follow Shalene Johnson. I don't know if anyone's ever knows her, but she's in social media world. And she and her family, they're the ones that gave us the idea. Aaron was the one who's like, we need to do something really big. And I was like, yes, I love it. Like, I love that you're on board with that. And so her and her family, what they do every Christmas Eve, I think they do it. We probably won't do it Christmas Eve. We'll do it a little bit before. But what they do is they go and like stalk people at Walmart. And so they're a family of 4, like the husband and the wife and the 2 kids. They go and stalk people at Walmart. And when they have each found a person that they want to like select, they will then go up and give them a gift card to, you know, purchase whatever they want. Like, because there's groceries at Walmart, there's presents. And so, and it's not really like who looks the poorest. It's just like who you want to connect with and be able to support. And so I really want to do that with our family every year now. And so we're wanting to do that. And but I didn't really want to like just hand them a gift card because I didn't want them to be instantly like, oh no, don't worry. So we're gonna do it in like a Christmas card and just say like, hey, Merry Christmas. Like, hope you have a good night. And I just wanted to give this to you, and then we'll like walk away. And they said that they always kind of like sneak around the corner and like watch them open it with their surprise, you know, like when they get, you know, $100 gift card or whatever. And so we're really, really excited to do that. And that will be a tradition, I think, that will be so fun and something that I just want to continue to grow, kind of thing.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. And it can be anything. Like, I'm doing $100 per person, but like it could be a $10 gift card. If I got a $5 gift card anywhere, I would be pumped. Like,
yeah.
And even if the person doesn't actually financially need it, still getting a gift is nice. And then maybe they'll go and do it for someone else, right? And it just continues. Like, this act of kindness can create a ripple effect. When I paid for, you know, someone in the line, who knows, maybe that next person said, you know what, this is my $5 daily budget that I put towards my coffee. You know what, put it on the next person behind me. And it continues and continues. Like, that's the cool thing about it.
And even if it's not right then, so like, you know, because sometimes it will hit somebody that really does need it. And maybe they're not in a position to then like pay it forward right at that moment, but they're always going to remember that. And they're always going to remember how that made them feel. And that will inspire them to later, when they're in a position to be able to do something, it'll inspire them to do it then. And that is the best part, right? Like, you, by doing these things and by like being an example for others and having them feel that feeling, they're going to want to do it for somebody else too, because they know how much it made them feel so good, right?
Yeah.
That's the best.
It's so cool, actually, to see how many people, like I was saying, like for people when they don't think they have anything to, you know, contribute or give or offer, there actually is so many different ways. Like, it's funny to see when the people who have the least are the ones that are so generous. Like, in the work that I did, the people that I saw that would help support each other, it was just so amazing. And I saw this like thing online the other day, the story of this woman who broke down on the side of the road and like nobody was helping her. And like this homeless guy that like frequents that like stretch of highway came across, and like he walked to the nearest gas station and got her the gas and came all the way back. And he didn't need to do that. But he did, because he's a giving person. He has nothing, but he has 2 legs and a heartbeat, and he walked and got her the gas. Like, oh, that's so sweet.
Totally. Yeah, it doesn't. Oh, I love this topic. I'm really excited to see what everyone else comes up with.
Yes.
So
yes.
we have a challenge for everybody. As Carly has a challenge, we also have a challenge for everybody. So we want everybody to give us some suggestions, either of things that you have done in the past as acts of kindness, or ideas of what you would like to do, and put them in the comments. And for every person that has a comment, they will then be put into the draw for one of our little giveaways, which is our beautiful wine glass, our etched wine glasses, Paulette wine glasses.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Those are going to be worth millions one day.
million.
They're going to be
Girl.
collector's items.
Because I don't know if you know, but we're pretty big deal.
Oh, you are.
The etched is dishwasher safe, not like our ones that have the labels on them. Makes
Yeah.
it a little easier. There's no risk of that getting wrecked unless
Yeah.
you smash the glass.
It's magical.
Very nice. I love that idea, though. That's great. I can't wait to read them.
Okay, so Carly, can you tell everybody again how they can enter your challenge?
Okay, so you need to do 3 acts of kindness minimum. If you do more, for every act of kindness, you get an extra entry. And so what you're going to do is you're going to either film it in the moment or film your reaction, how you felt afterwards. You can take pictures of it, whatever. Just say like, oh, this is what, I'm going to donate or whatever. Do whatever you want to show that you did it. And then you're going to post it either on your personal page, your business page if you have one, or you can post it over on my page, Carly Eldred Empowered Living. And if you post it on your own personal pages or your business page, just make sure to hashtag Empowered Christmas Challenge. And then if you can, tag me, Carly Eldred, or you can tag my business page in the comments just so I can for sure see it. And yeah. And then you'll get entered into the draw for the 3 prizes. And if you're watching from here, then if you hashtag Wine Lives, then you get an extra entry into the draw. So if you did 3 acts, you get another entry. And then I'll be doing the draw on Boxing Day. So you have from now until then to do 3 things. That's pretty easy. All right. So definitely do it.
Lots of ideas have been thrown out now. There's lots of ideas of different things to do, whether you want to spend money or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can come back. You can come back and reference all the comments here because people are going to be dropping their ideas in here. So if you're at a loss of what it is that you can do, just come back and check it out, and then you guys can get some ideas from there and go do good deeds to the world.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good idea. Because sometimes you're like, what should I do today? Also, I did want to just mention my mom is also doing a similar challenge. She's calling it the Random Acts of Elfness. And so you know how like the elf on the shelf is usually pesky and doing funny little pranks? Well, if you document your elf doing positive random acts of kindness, and I mean, obviously it's you, but you're just like got your little elf there. Then she also has like a little giveaway thing, and she's doing like, I think all Amazon gift cards for hers. And so I think her business page is called Kathy Proudfoot Gen X Living, I think is what it is. So you can check that out too. She's got a fun one. And so she's doing another competition. So there's competitions out there, or not competitions.
Maybe I should dress up as an elf and go into her work. Be like, this is my elf.
Totally.
She would love that.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, Chinese movie still going.
I know, right?
Sorry.
Oh, so funny.
Okay, so I feel like we're gonna do our draw now. So from last night's live, we've got names here in our fancy.
Look how cute that is. It's like a little snack, or what's that thing called? Snowman hat.
Yeah, it is. That's what it is.
Cute.
Okay, so I'm shaking it around. Are we ready, everyone?
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. And the winner is Shannon.
Can't read.
Shannon.
It's Shannon that won. So Shannon who? Do we know who Shannon?
Shannon, I think it's Shannon Curry, isn't it?
Nice.
Fantastic.
I
Shannon,
believe it is.
you have earned yourself a beautiful Paulette Becs wine glass. It will be
Yeah, girl.
that you'll need to drop us a message and give us your mailing address so we can get that off to you. Maybe you'll get it just in time for Christmas.
Perfect.
Cool. Well, we just want to say thank you so much, Carly, for coming on and sharing all of your fantastic goodness with the world. I'm super pumped for your challenge, and I can't wait to like follow and see what everybody comes up with. This is
I know.
awesome.
So yeah, if you guys search #Empowered Christmas Challenge, you guys will be able to see other people that have done it. That's why I wanted to do the hashtag so that people can see what other people have done. And so the more time that goes on, the more entries that we'll have, and then you can see what other people have been up to.
I love it.
Yeah.
Good idea. Love it.
Awesome. Okay, well, on that note, I think we're going to jump off, but we can't leave without our favorite song, guys. So tomorrow, before we go, we should tell them about tomorrow, Bex.
That's a good idea.
Tomorrow, it's a little bit of a different time. We're going to be on at 10 a.m. for all of you folks. If you're on your coffee break, if you're at work and you're on your coffee break and you want to laugh, Bex and I will be in the kitchen tomorrow.
I will be making a fool of myself, probably. Mm-hmm.
It's going to be so much fun. There are balls involved. That's all I'm going to say.
We're not going to tell you what kind. But there's
balls involved. Mm-hmm. Okay. Thanks, everybody, for joining us, and we will catch you tomorrow.
Sounds good. Thanks, ladies.
Bye.
Thanks,
Thanks,